Defenders. Two approaches characterize how the disempowered disagree with others. This applies widely in society, on both sides of the political spectrum. Argument today is often ad hominem at an extreme. Labels such as white supremacist, bigot, racist, maple MAGA, tradcon, and far right are all low-blow type insults, which are more typically of high school mean girls using put-downs to devastate a rival. They are designed to shut you down quickly. Another way is when labeling is hidden behind notions of public good. Let me explain. These are justifications for labels like racist, bigot, sexist, and misinformation accusations, as if the person speaks these insults for the good of everyone. It's the safety in numbers principle of taking refuge behind an implied social cohesion where you, the insulted person, are an outsider. That alignment allows the insulter to claim protection under a high moral ground projection. Disagreeing with them defensively is proof of your guilt and complicity, and the idea is to isolate you, the insulted, as a pariah. These are illogical and emotional responses. Frankly, the elephant in the room is that it's like arguing with a woman, something most men actively avoid for good reason. Is this sexist? Not at all. And that's the point. So let me explain. Men and women can more or less each do what the other does in a context, but are not the same. We have durable preferences under which exceptions don't disprove the rule. We specialize, and that is what makes culture possible. One difference is we tend to compete differently. For example, men compete more directly and argue amongst each other with an implied threat of violence, keeping us in check. We cajole, tease, even bully to test courage. How you handle this signals the other men something about your reliability and trustworthiness. How can you be trusted to stand shoulder to shoulder with the rest of us and defend against an enemy? Women are not bound by these factors, not at all. Harvard professor Steven Pinker's sister, psychologist Susan Pinker from Montreal, writes in her 2009 book Sexual Paradox that research shows women compete by maneuvering covertly, using mean remarks, social exclusion, and by winning over your friends and allies. Sound familiar? Hence, back to the high school mean girls reference. The culture has become feminized. But how? It looks to me like the balance between men and women as team human partners began to seriously erode during the Victorian era. That's when men first began to work outside the home in offices, warehouses, factories, mines, railroads, etc., etc. This was unnatural at the time, as we had evolved to be raised by a mother, a father, and helpers like grandparents, relatives, neighbors, friends. Anthropologists call these helpers alloparents. It's why I say a child has a right to a mother and a father. A great many homes now have no father in it, and if a male is present, he's often absent or simply checked out, and it is not part of nature's plan. Each subsequent generation over the last 2 centuries resulted in men who were forced by the system to be more married to job than family. It's a capitalistic externality, we could call it. Now it's happening to women. Children today lack the generational masculinity necessary for balance. They grow up over-mothered. It's a yin and yang, or chaos and order issue. Relational governance works well under mom to at least mitigate sibling rivalry in a home, yet that approach is disastrous when applied culturally. Bottom line is this: without strong defenders, the disordered among us leverage complaint to seize power and rule out of self-interest over the disempowered, because that's how it works. Thank you to each of you who are speaking up. Government will not save us from this fate. It falls to defenders. You'll be interested to know I created a short course called Trigger Reset that shows you how to identify emotional reactions that run automatically and update them so they stop controlling your behavior. It's not endless therapy. It's a practical system you can apply immediately. If you want it, the link's in the description. Now back to our regular programming.